Hello, traders. Welcome back. Welcome back to Billions Club. Welcome on Sunday Focus. As every single Sunday, we will be preparing for the next 5 days of trading. So I'll show you some important levels. But before we're going to do this, I will talk a little bit about the trading psychology because, as you guys know, I'm currently going through a hard period of trading, and basically everything is going against me. I'm making a lot of mistakes. So I will show you what I'm doing to prevent this, or what I'm doing to get out of this, and basically what is my plan for the upcoming 5 days. We will implement into this a lot of fundamental analysis today. We will implement basically positioning of the retail traders and what we are expecting overall on a gold chart, EU chart, and a Bitcoin chart. But before we're going to start, once again, I'm going to tell you what I'm going through at the moment. So on my Billions Club funded account, I'm still 6% in a drawdown, unfortunately. It is what it is, can't do much with it. It's just like I feel for the first time the pressure of sharing the account and sharing the statistics, because I never really cared about it. But since more and more people watch me, more and more people, let's say, care about me or just follow me, it adds more and more pressure to myself, which is basically what, let's say, I'm okay with. Or what it's like a challenge for me to deal with this, because that's why I'm coming out on YouTube showing or trying to be transparent or being transparent. So this is a downside of it. When it's not going so well, there are still people that don't really support you, and when you are inside this period of trading, it becomes much harder. But anyways, right now my plan is to stick to the right risk management, because lately I was doing a bit of a mistakes where I was either risking too less, not taking position, or I was risking too much. So the whole weekend I was just going through my journal. I was checking basically what was happening with my psychology, what mistakes I was making. I was listening to some podcasts about psychology, reading some books, just trying to, remember back again what works, what I need to stick to, and I'm back. So hopefully this week will finally reverse the drawdown. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you that if you are in a losing streak right now, it's absolutely normal, and you have one huge advantage. No one sees that, no one is watching you. It's just you against you. For me, it's a little bit different story, because it's me against, a lot of people that are watching myself or how I trade and so on. But if you are in a losing streak, then no one really cares. Just stick to your strategy, stick to what you are used to, and it will work out if you will do it correctly and if you have a profitable strategy. So that's it from the start. I think enough talking. Let's actually start talking about the chart itself. Let me just check the comments. Hi. Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome back. All right. So, should we start on EU this week? Because we always start on gold. So let's start on EU this week. So basically, right now we are hitting this huge supply level right here. Okay. So this supply level is mitigated. It's hit. This is going to be the local resistance on an EU chart. It's sweeping the liquidity right here from this high. The results from the NFP will be bullish for EU, so I'm expecting bullish continuation. But here is one very important thing that needs to be mentioned. We are currently sweeping liquidity and hitting also this daily supply that is still a bit untested. And up here, there is another daily supply. So locally, this is going to be target this week on EU chart, in my opinion. This is the level that I am looking for. This is the level that I will be paying attention to. Before we're gonna start talking about the exact levels on EU chart, I want to do one thing, and that is analyzing what is happening on EU chart from the DXM perspective. Because as you can see, majority of retail is still in short positions. 80% is short, only 21 is long. What we can say here, basically, we got a change on 2nd of November at around 4 a.m., which is one important thing, or one important change on the chart. That was basically right here. That's when majority of the retail traders started to be short. That's why we got this huge pump to the upside. It was just powering the move up, adding momentum, adding fuel to this rocket. So I can't really say that this is enough of a move to the upside on EU. There is still a big likelihood that we will continue higher, in my opinion. A few things that we can do, or that we can be doing here, and that is basically paying attention to the COT. So historically, we see that more of them are actually long. We see the net change in the open interest is also long. So basically here on EU, I'm expecting continuation higher. The question is from where? So currently, this level is still untested around here. If you want to go really down to like a 1 minute time frame, we are talking about this level right here. There is a plenty of liquidity below this level here. So my plan, from the start of the session tomorrow, I would be expecting that EU is going to start coming down. Potentially sweep the liquidity of the high. That would be very, very perfect scenario. Going down here, I will start buying around there, and I will start looking for a move up. Very simply said, this is my plan. This is the scenario that I'm looking for on EU chart. The only question is, are we going to sweep the liquidity, or are we going to bounce from the level that is here? Very hard to say. In my opinion, more likely we're going to go and sweep the liquidity. I will keep you updated, but this is just like the perfect level, perfect scenario for entry. We can combine this with like Fibonacci, obviously. Not really using Fib level that much, but it combines with a 382. So basically, I'm looking for a retracement down to this level, and I will start looking to buy around this zone right there. So let's move the current structure to the BOS, which obviously gives us a strong low level. That is right here. That is going to be the strong low on a 4-hour time frame. And the internal structure, why it's not showing? It's going to be right here. This is going to be the strong low. I probably have a bad. Yeah, I do have a bad settings, I guess. Do I? Yeah, okay. Visibility needs to be set to 1 hour. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is going to be the strong low right now on the chart. Overall, we should get the retracement down to around here. This 10658 to call this enough of a pullback. So basically fill in this whole gap. But it really all depends if we will break through this level or not. If we will, okay, most likely we are coming lower. So my plan, I won't be entering immediately here. I will wait for a reaction. If we can get the reaction, I'm going to get in, and I will place stop loss below the low that is going to be formed here. So imagine the trade somehow like this, basically. I will be targeting the high. It gives you 5-hour trade. That's a decent position. Makes sense to trade this. On the other hand, if we will get the complete move down, then we are looking for this level here as a potential level for long. But I will keep you updated about this once the price action will actually be formed. There is a naked point of control around here that would be very, very nice to see this level being tapped. But I think that we are talking about this level potentially around the end of the week. So that would be the plan on EU chart. Okay, so that's it. From the EU perspective, naked point of control here. This is also going to be daily demand. So you know the levels. I'm still expecting price to come a little higher to sweep the liquidity from this high here to create a range, lure a lot of people into long, and then potentially we can start looking for taking a short and looking for a retracement move down. One more thing that we can do together though, that is going to be the internal structure. The internal structure really comes down there. One could say that the internal structure could be formed here. I would say it's too early, and I would actually class this on 15-minute time frame as an internal low. So this is going to be the internal high on 4 hour, and the low that I was talking about here. The high is not formed yet, and the low that I was talking about here, that is going to be the 15-minute internal low. Do we have to mark it? I wouldn't say so, to be fair. This is a break of a structure, very clear one, very simple to spot. So BOS, this is going to give you your strong low right here. And the big high is not really formed yet. No, I'm pulling it the other way. Wrong pull. Let's do it this way. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so the 382 lines up. This definitely makes sense. Okay, so the plan is very clear. I'm just looking for a move down, sweeping liquidity, potentially taking a long out of this level. Do we have any news coming out tomorrow? We can check it out here. So on Monday we are not really nothing really major. On Tuesday, also nothing major. Wednesday we get a public speaks and we got the crude oil inventories. So that will potentially start moving with the price. On Thursday we get a Fed share public speaks again. And that is about it. Yes. And we got the initial jobless claims. Okay, so that's great. That we are not really getting any big news coming to the market from the start of the week that can actually like change the momentum that is created from the NFP on last Friday. So everything is kind of lining up here. I would be looking for a move up on gold. Let's just write down the plan. So on gold, I mean on EU, obviously. Looking for move up. EU. Start of the week. Look for tracement, sweeping out the longs, taking the long trade, not L, but not losing trade, but long trade from the X level. Right, cool. So that is clear. The plan is very simple. One thing that I gotta tell you today, I'm not gonna be covering gold because I want to give myself a break on gold. Gold is a big reason why I was taking so many L's lately, and I know if I'm gonna start doing analysis right now on gold, I know that eventually I will take a trade because I will think that this is the high probability setup, to be fair. So I just want to keep my mind as clear as possible, and I'm gonna stop covering the gold for upcoming 5 days. So this week, do not expect any technical analysis on gold. I will just be covering EU and Bitcoin because these two pairs right now, these are the ones where I see the most potential in, and gold, I just took so many losses, and the price action due to the war is kind of unclear and so on. I'm actually going to take a break and we'll see how it develops from there. That is my plan. So I'm sorry for that. I know that you are used to seeing a gold plan for myself or from me, but yeah, this week I'm not going to cover it. So let's pay attention to the BTC. So Bitcoin started to sweep the liquidity above this trend line. I use trend lines only and only to just get the idea where is potential liquidity sitting on a chart, which in this case, that was really above the trend line. We are currently hitting this supply. Is it the strongest supply in the world? Absolutely not, but it was providing some reaction. Few things that we're going to check, because these are the things that just works on a Bitcoin chart. We will pay attention to the local liquidity that was created over the weekend. Overall, we still have this high created that was extremely important. And if we look at a 4-hour time frame, I'm not really sure about the value area formation on a 4-hour time frame right here. But if we hire the tick size to around 50, should be okay. We can get a pretty good idea what was happening here. So no imbalances. The volume is also kind of poor. I would like to see, like this candle is not really perfect. So like I wanted to say that I would class this candle as a high probability for like a big reversal down. But when reading the order flow and reading the inside of the candle, it's not really true. So locally, we are paying attention to a few things. There is still plenty of liquidity right here around this level. If we check the Bitcoin pair right here, I want to see if firstly we are getting any major news events. It could be different to what we saw in EU. Most likely not, but you need to keep in mind that Bitcoin is usually not that affected by the news, but sometimes there are some news that can affect the BTC price, and that won't affect the gold price and EU price. So sometimes it's just good to check this on each pair. If you look at the COT, the data on the COT, we can get this on the BTC chart, unfortunately. Usually, I was talking about this. Usually, what I would do on a gold is just paying attention to the research tab, paying attention to the COT, paying attention to the DXM. Sometimes you can check the range and where the banks are targeting. Could be also one of the things you should be checking. But these session recaps, they are very, very powerful. But since we know that Bitcoin is not really driven by news that much as EU, as gold, here the levels that I will be paying attention to, it's really all about the local structure, which if we zoom out now, the BOS that we have here, that is still a valid chart in this case. When looking at the internal structure, internally how the trend looks here, we are not successful with sweeping the high here. I would view this level as internal low around here. So what I'm expecting, this level is still untested and there is plenty of liquidity sitting below these lows. How can I get the idea that there is plenty of longs in the market? Simply by pulling this, you see that the CBD is negative, which gives you idea that there is more shorts to get kicked out. But if you look at the NL histogram, so the net longs histogram, you see that some of them started to increase here. In my opinion, my thesis is that firstly, we need to go sweep the liquidity, get into long, and then kick out all the shorts that are up here. So my simple plan is that I'm still looking for a move down, sweeping the liquidity, and then potentially looking for a move higher, because the amount of shorts that we are getting in a market is still much more significant than the long side, and it should be they should get kicked out. Very simply said. Some zones that we are paying attention to, 38,000 is going to be the next stop. I wouldn't really pay attention to this level right here. This 36K. We firstly got rejected from the level already, as you can see right here. So the level is stepped. That was on a 4-hour time frame. If you are just wondering, then is this level right there? Personally, I would be looking for hitting around 38 to 40K. But firstly, I just want to see this liquidity being swept, entering a long position and targeting the highs around here. It's going to be more of a swing trade for me, but it's one of the high probability trades where you have a high risk to reward. So that is currently the plan. Locally on a Bitcoin chart, I would be looking for a move down. The only question is from where. So if you go down to the 15-minute, which is here, there are a few things that I want to pay attention to. The number one, seeing the weekend range and basically seeing what is overall happening here. So as you can see, we are still getting more longs coming to the market. Yes, it depends from where you pull it, but overall, even if you pay just to this, 4.3 million longs. So these longs should get kicked out, in my opinion. The local liquidity, where is it sitting? Well, this is the local supply. I would like to see this level being tested. What I mean by that is that you have these two equal highs, obviously. This is where the local liquidity is sitting. So potentially getting swing failure into this, taking a short, and targeting the 33,900. That would be the best plan that you can trade on a BTC chart. Hi Jan, there seems to be some fake profiles to your identity. Yes, we know about this, or I know about it. Unfortunately, we are trying to fight with it, but you know, all we can do is just to block them and ban them on a Discord. They will create another profile. They will join again. And they are becoming smarter and smarter. So nowadays, they are not even on the server. They have like some profile on the server that we don't know about. And then they are texting people from the CW Jan account, unfortunately. Hey, happy to be here. Please help me with joining the Discord group. Yes, what problem do you have? When will you start using your account connected to the track record again? Probably this week. I'm just waiting for a clear trade. You know, it's not that I stopped using it or whatsoever. It's just like I'm looking for the best potential scenario, best clearest trade. Do you know that the DXM positions on PMT are actually laid? Which you are showing now is not realistic. Euro USD is looking well. Well, the DXM is laid. The DXM is laid, but it's still irrelevant to what is happening here right now. It's not laid by that it would be relevant to what you are getting. It really depends on. You can use it really for day trading. You can use it for more of like a swing trading bias, I would say. Which I do use it for swing trading bias. Let's say this way. No, I don't trade. I don't trade futures. Can you check BTC USD, not BTC USD P? What is the difference in that? The difference is so small that you mean like on the EXO charts, the data that we are getting. Because the Bybit chart is always the perpetual one. That's why the P is here. Anyways, this is the plan, guys. Let me know what you think about it. I will send you a recap tomorrow in the morning. What I will be looking at on the chart. Once again, I'm not gonna touch gold. I'm not gonna even cover gold. I will just be trading EU and Bitcoin. Someone is asking about how to join the premium Discord. You need to sign up for the Wizards plan right here. No, I said that I'm not gonna be covering gold. actually saying this for the third time. I'm not gonna be answering to this again. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and see ya tomorrow. My question is, did you think about switching a pair for a while like AUD USD? No. That's a great question, but you need to get used to the pair. You need to get used to how it's reacting to certain news and so on. And I'm used to 3 pairs, so it doesn't work in a way that, okay, now I'm not performing well in gold. Let's start trading AUD USD, for example. Or I'm not doing it. You can do whatever you want, obviously. But personally, I'm not doing it, and I feel it's a bit too risky to do so. All right, so that was the last question. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.